the website of the DCOC and Jeddah Amendment 2017 that reflect the exert efforts of the International Maritime Organization, IMO, and member states to achieve all of our desired objectives. These objectives shall be fulfilled through the provision and delivery of data and information for the member states and other parties to contribute meeting the challenge of the maritime security and combating translation, organization, crimes, piracy, and armed robbery against ships. We aspire to move forward to achieve the common interest for the member states. In conclusion, I would like to extend my thanks and gratitude to all of you, wishing you will be all succeed. Thank you.
We now welcome the Director, Maritime Safety Division, IMO, to make remarks on behalf of the Secretariat. Heikki, you're muted.
I am so sorry. I don't start again. Chairman of the Djibouti Code of Conduct Steering Committee, Major General Muhammad Abdullah Al-Sheri, PS Shipping and Maritime Affairs, Mrs. Nancy Karigitu, representatives from the United Kingdom, senior government officials, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen. We extend our gratitude to all of you for availing yourselves for this brief yet important project launch and official handover of the DCOC website to the Code's signatory states. After 9 months of consultations and a demanding creative process, we can report the successful completion of the development of this information sharing platform. This website resulted from calls from DCOC participating states to develop a platform for sharing information on the implementation of the Code of Conduct, with a view to showcasing achievements, ongoing work, planned activities, coordination of capacity building efforts, and to support resource mobilization. It will play a significant part in enhancing regional cooperation in countering piracy and other illicit maritime activities, thus setting a strong foundation for sustainable development of the maritime sector in the Western Indian Ocean and the Gulf of Aden. The Djibouti Code of Conduct has been instrumental in containing the threat of piracy within the region. Its expansion into the Jeddah Amendment in 2017 introduced a comprehensive approach to dealing with broader threats to maritime security and the root causes, thereby improving regional maritime security, law enforcement, and governance capabilities, as well as facilitating maritime sector development and a sustainable blue economy within the context of the United Nations 2030 Agenda and the Sustainable Development Goals. As we celebrate this achievement, I would like to thank all of the national focal points of the 20 signatory states for their inputs towards the development process, the United Kingdom government for generously providing the project funds through the DCOC Trust Fund, and the IMO DCOC staff for successfully facilitating the implementation. The accomplishments made over the last decade under the Code include a functioning network of information sharing centers, a regional training coordination mechanism that has benefited almost 1,700 students thus far, and the enhancement of maritime domain awareness. We can all be proud of these achievements. Many of the regional states have reviewed their laws to include piracy as a crime that can be punished nationally. There is now greater awareness of the need to enforce national laws in the maritime domain. A growing number of coastal maritime surveillance systems have been implemented. These are assisting naval and coast guard forces in the region to focus their limited resources where they are most needed and to conduct an increasing number of cooperative operations at sea. We could not have done this without the goodwill and commitment of the regional states and all our international partners. We have built a level of trust and understanding that has allowed us to form new maritime links across a broad number of regional agencies and ministries, as well as with international partners. Let us all do our utmost to keep that spirit going and our seas safe and secure. Once again, I thank you all for attending today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Heike, for those remarks. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, this website has been made possible through a generous contribution from the United Kingdom, from the government of the United Kingdom. I would now like to invite Mr. Terry Gibson to give his remarks on behalf of the sponsors. Terry Gibson, please.
Good afternoon, Chairman of the Djibouti Code of Conduct Steering Committee, distinguished colleagues, senior government officials, ladies and gentlemen. It is and has been a privilege to work with and support the Djibouti Code of Conduct, both as a friend and as a strong supporter of its activities. The positive inclusion of the Jeddah Amendment, with the expansion across all maritime security activity, has only built on the positive and successful original DCOC concept. It has been exciting to see the progress of the DCOC, and I firmly believe the launch of the website will only further enhance the coherence and sharing of maritime security information throughout your region. This can only promote a safer and more secure maritime environment for nations to prosper within the maritime domain. The UK is proud to have provided a small financial contribution to assist with the creation of this website. Can we take this opportunity to congratulate the signatory states for the establishment of a strong governance structure to support the implementation of the code and the working groups alike? Again, this will enhance the delivery of effectiveness of maritime domain awareness throughout the region. The UK fully supports the efforts being made by the Djibouti Code of Conduct signatory states to coordinate donor efforts throughout the work of Working Group 2. I would like to take this opportunity to confirm that the UK intends to remain a friend of the Djibouti Code of Conduct under the new terms of reference. As a friend, the UK will work with like-minded partners in collaboration with the IMO to create a synergy in the best interests of the region, but at the direction of the DCOC states. The UK supports the efforts being made by the DCOC states to enhance maritime governance at a national level, including establishment of multi-agency national maritime structures and development of national maritime security strategies. The delivery of national capabilities will have a real impact on regional capacity and encourage future capability sustainability. There is still a long journey ahead of us, and as the threats to nations evolve, then our ability to detect and communicate these threats needs to continue to evolve in tandem with them. But in sum, the UK looks forward to the next chapter supporting the Djibouti Code of Conduct nations and continues to be a friend of the DCOC.
Thank you very much, Terry, for those wonderful remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, the work on the enhancement of the DCOC information sharing network is spearheaded by a dedicated working group, the Working Group on Information Sharing, that is chaired by Kenya. I would now like to invite Mrs. Nancy Karigido, the PS Maritime and Shipping and Maritime Affairs of Kenya, representing the chair of that working group. Mrs. Karigido, please.
Thank you, Mitch. Major General Mohammed Abdullah Al-Sheri, Chairman of the DCOC Steering Committee, Ms. Heike Dejim, Director, Maritime Safety Division at the IMO, Mr. Terry Gibson, representing the United Kingdom government, sponsors of the DCOC website, particularly the United Kingdom, and members of the DCOC and the IMO staff are present. Good morning, good afternoon to each and every one of you, based on your respective jurisdictions. Let me start by saying that it gives me great pleasure to be part of this very significant event, being the launch of the Djibouti Code of Conduct JIDA Amendments website. Ladies and gentlemen, the Djibouti Code of Conduct, adopted on 29th January 2009, brought together signatories in a declaration of their common intention to cooperate to the fullest extent possible in the repression of piracy and armed robbery against ships in the Western Indian Ocean and waters off the coast of Somalia. The JIDA amendments resulted in the extension of the scope of collaboration in order to cover other maritime crimes, a clear indication that no state can secure its maritime domain single-handedly. Under the JIDA amendment framework, the DCOC has resulted in the enhancement of mutual understanding and also intent in order to strengthen the processes and linkages amongst the international and regional maritime communities that are expected to allow information to be freely shared and amalgamated so as to make sense of critical maritime security issues. This is a clear indication that we all recognize the importance of maritime security, where our openness and connectivity is our lifeline, and that we depend on the security and sustainability of trade for our respective national economic growth, and also as a region. And most important, our very survival. And all this cannot be underestimated. Ladies and gentlemen, the Djibouti Code of Conduct project team, with all your inputs, has now created a website which we are set to launch today. Please accept our congratulations and thanks, particularly to the team for delivering this very important milestone. This platform is crucial as it will promote enhanced awareness of the DCOC, particularly the JIDA amendments, the work of the steering committee, as well as related working groups, and as well will highlight the governance framework in order to enhance maritime security in the Western Indian Ocean region. I'm sure you will all agree with me that at the heart of any maritime domain awareness program is accurate information. And the website, as you have observed, is a platform where relevant information for activities carried out by the DCOC in the Western Indian Ocean sphere will enhance maritime security and also will be displayed. You will agree also with me again that the primary method for information sharing, situational awareness, and collaborative planning in any region is the display of a maritime common operating picture. And the DCOC website provides an ideal platform for this to be delivered. As I conclude, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to further recognize that in this new age of information technology, this website creates a niche for promoting a credible source of information of DCOC and its activities, and an effective way of communicating to the public on achievements to promote awareness of maritime security initiatives in the Western Indian Ocean region, which is all very necessary in order to create a conducive environment for collaboration, as well as to promote the sustainable use of blue economy resources as expected by all players. Without effective understanding of maritime domain activities gained through persistent awareness, vital opportunities for an early response can be lost, as awareness grants time and distance to detect, deter, interdict, and address and defeat adversaries. I therefore wish to very wholeheartedly laud the development of this website and look forward to a time when it shall indeed be seen to exemplify our collective initiatives and collaboration within the maritime security realm. Thank you all for your attention.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Karigido, for those remarks. I'll now hand over to my colleague, Esther, to play the launch video. Over to you, Esther.
Your Excellencies, distinguished participants who joined us for this meeting. My name is Esther Njonde. I'm the Communications and Information Assistant. And here you will be sampling a piece about the website. Over to you, Mitch, and thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize that there was no sound on that video, probably to do with the bandwidth, but we shall make it available on the website and send you a link so you may play. And we also like to invite you to go through the website. The link is www.dcoc.org. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, the work on capacity building coordination of the DCOC is spearheaded by a dedicated working group on capacity building coordination that is chaired by Ethiopia. I would now like to invite Captain Getnet Abe, who is the chair of that working group, to wind up with a vote of thanks. Captain Getnet, please.
Thank you, Mitch. Major General Muhammad Abdullah Al-Shari, representing the chair of the steering committee, Permanent Secretary, Shipping and Maritime Affairs, Ms. Nancy Karigito, representing the chair of the working group on information sharing, Ms. Haik Dagim, Director, Maritime Division, IMO, Mr. Terry Gibson, representing the United Kingdom, senior government officials, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen. I deem it a privilege to have been asked to extend a vote of thanks on this notable milestone in the history of the Djibouti Code of Conduct, Jeddah Amendment. With particular focus to the support it accords the code's governance framework and pillar on matters of information sharing. This website launch answers the call made in earlier DCOC meetings and workshops, especially during the inaugural meeting on Working Group 1 on information sharing held virtually on 18th May 2021. DCOC focal points recalls that several recommendations were made during the meeting, key among them being that 1, there was a need for a member states to develop an effective information sharing architecture that meets the objectives of the Jeddah Amendment. 2, it was necessary for participating countries to establish national maritime information sharing committees, which act as a key pillar for regional information sharing networks. 3, it was vital for signatory states to maximize on the website we have launched today for the enhancement of information sharing within the region. I cannot overemphasize the importance of this platform in the implementation of the said suggestions and the code in general, since I am already highlighted some of its benefits to the sustainable development of the maritime sector within the Western Indian Ocean and the Gulf of Aden. Let me add, however, that this tool can only harness those positive contributions if all participating states own it at a local and regional level. The website is indeed a functionality tool, and its relevance is picked upon its consistent and constant use. To that effect, I would like to thank the DCOC national focal points present today for your support during the development process of the website and laud your efforts in promoting interagency cooperation and the development of a framework for regional cooperation and capacity building in countering piracy and transnational organized maritime crime within the region. Secondly, my appreciation goes out to the UK government for financing this project and ensuring that we have an effective platform for the mobilization of resources through the DCOC Trust Fund. Lastly, but definitely not the least, I would like to thank the IMO for ensuring that the process was effected swiftly and successfully. Surely the DCOC website provides a solid foundation for stronger regional cooperation with regional agencies and global partners, and we are indebted to all stakeholders present for the immense support they continue to accord us. Thank you for attending and for your attention. I submit.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we now come to the end of the official launch of the website. But I'd just like to remark that the development and maintenance of our website is an ongoing process, and as a secretariat, we shall continue to improve on it, and we welcome the inputs of all the national focal points and the friends of the DCOC to contribute ideas on how we can continue to make the website fit for purpose. On behalf of the Secretariat, I thank you once again. Thank you very much for your participation.
Thank you very much, Secretariat. We appreciate the work that you do for us. Asante. Thank you.
Thank you very
And
much.
bye, everybody.
Thank you very much for the excellent work that
Thank you and bye-bye.
Thank you very
Bye.
much.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.